Hi elementary art teachers, I'm Amy and I have a fall leaf collage lesson for you today. It will take 3 or 4 class periods depending on how big your classes are, and it's great for kindergarten, first and second. Here's the sample of what you're making with your students. On your day 1 grabber, your anticipatory set. Class, today we're starting a fall leaf picture. Ask the students questions. What is fall? What colors do the leaves change to? What colors on the color wheel are warm? They'll start to recognize that the fall colors and the warm colors are a lot the same. Today we're learning 3 different ways to paint leaf paper, and you're not even using any paint brushes. So here's our leaf paper here. And you can tell by this that you can get 3 students' paper out of one piece of 12 by 18. So they get all 3 colors. And if they are waiting to paint, they can start making the patterns. So they can start laying these out and tracing around. They can also draw their own. Once they cut them out, they become their own anyway. So it's kind of up to you if you want them to draw their own. I have noticed that if I don't give them patterns, their leaves are kind of small. Okay, so they can be tracing around, and then as the kids are ready, they don't have to trace them all on day 1 because they can also trace them on day 2 after the paint is dry. So here's our 3 different techniques. And of course this can be changed around for other fall colors, but this is what we did. We have yellow paper, and so we're taking marbles, and we've got them in green paint, and we put them in like a cereal box with the yellow papers in there on the bottom, and we twirl them around until you've got some painted paper, and there's your yellow. They also need to make sure they put their names on these papers before they start. So there's the yellow procedure. And of course you'll have more boxes of that and more, and depending on how big your class is. Okay, and then on the tan paper, we used the backs of pencils, usually ones where the erasers are gone. And so we're just giving them dots in different colors. And green could be on here too. Part of the leaves maybe hasn't turned. So they're going to sit and do that with this. And then with the green papers, we did sponge painting. So you take your sponges and just do like this, with or without the lines, because they can add the lines next week too. So that gives them a lot of different pattern, texture. And those are some of the things you're talking about. Warm colors, pattern, texture, organic shapes. Okay, so you got painted paper. So all 3 of these painted papers would go to the drying rack. And then you're going to come in on day 2. And on day 2, your anticipatory set, your grabber is reading part of this book. This is Red Leaf, Yellow Leaf by Lois Ehlert. And you may have a favorite fall book too. I usually read them part of it and then get them started and read the rest when they're working. So today, all the painting needs to be done on day 1 because today you are starting to work with these papers, so they need to be dry. So anybody else that needs to use patterns can do that right on top of painted paper that's dry. And then they start cutting them out. So they need to cut out all of their leaves today too. And so this is the grabber. This is the thing that starts the book. So you're cutting out. You are, then before they leave, they're going to have these 6 papers with their name. So I usually go ahead and give them a brown paper. And really, teachers, my brown paper has faded a little bit. When you get yours, this has had a little too much sunshine. Yours is going to have some better contrast. So you would give them their big brown paper and put their name on it. Put all 6 of their leaves kind of in the middle and stack students. And then you've got their name and their whole stack ready to go for the 3rd day. So this is already stacked up with their class. And on day 3, they're coming in. And day 3, they're going to glue their leaves down. So you can see here, they don't need to glue all of it, just a little bit of glue in the middle. Tell them something like, let's read this grabber. Review fall colors, warm colors. Talk about a collage. Collage means things that are glued down. We're going to create a beautiful fall composition with our prepared papers using glue. Move your leaves around like puzzle pieces to decide what's the best arrangement. Then glue the center of each leaves for the composition. All right, so this is moving into, that's gluing, and then the other things we can do on day 3 are here. We can add glitter, and you can see the glitter on here. Just some glue stripes with your Elmer's glue and glitter. And we can add stamps. And, well, the stamps, you can buy leaf stamps, but we've always made our stamps. This will be another day, another lesson. Middle school kids love this too. You take foam that you buy, craft store, cut shapes, and you can glue them onto blocks, and you've got your own stamps. So I made several leaf stamps for this lesson, and we just put a little green paint on here, or this was even brown here, and just embellish that way. They can also make little bug pictures, cut them out and glue them on here with their leaves. One more thing about these leaf stamps. If you're wanting to make these stamps out of foam and scrap wood, use rubber cement and put rubber cement on the foam piece and the wood block. And as soon as it's not shiny anymore, stick the 2 pieces together and they will stay and you'll have great stamps. But you can see how I've cut into this with just with a pencil to get the patterns for my leaf stamps. This project is also great in the spring. You could use bright colors, you could use flowers, so it could be adapted. Painting paper is fun and it can be adapted for a lot of different uses. And before you know it, you'll have a fall leaf collage.